All right, so I had to restart this video because I was gonna cover. I'm gonna cover the Jordan Poole and CJ McCollum trade. I got to cover this Kristaps Porzingis trade, and then as I was handling some business off camera, I get word that Kyrie Irving is gonna be he opts out of his player option and is gonna sign a 3-year, $119 million deal. Which, hey, if you're getting $39 million a year, 39.6 to be exact, to recover your ACL, I think that sounds like a good deal to me. And it also allows Dallas to use their mid-level exception as well. And I'm going to talk about the Kyrie shit first, right? Because he was one of those guys in 2026 that was going to be a free agent pending the acceptance, and he just locked himself another 80 million more. So you want fair play to him. I don't know what the Mavericks are thinking of in terms of their mid-level exception. I don't know where we're gonna go with that. But honestly, good by them to get this deal done and ready to go. And it gives the Wizards one less free agent to look at for the 2026 offseason, which is where I'm going to go next. So I was in what do you call it? I was in at work when this trade broke. But CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second-round pick, which is the 2027 Bulls second-round pick, are heading to Washington for Jordan Poole, Saddiq Bey, and a number 40 pick. Now, this is a good trade for both teams. For the Wizards, this allows them to, what do you call it? It allows them, for the Pelicans, they get two good players in Jordan Poole and Saddiq Bey that can help them become a good team in the long term. And I also think this tells me that they're gonna get. I think both teams are gonna get a guard in this draft. I think clearing up the Poole minutes will allow a team. I think CJ McCollum will get rerouted potentially for another expiring deal and some assets if available, along with the Chris Middleton and the Marcus Smart contract. But I do believe that. What do you call it? I do believe that the Wizards are gonna. Well, let's start with Pelicans. Excuse me. I think the Pelicans are gonna do well in this deal because they get two good assets. I don't know where they're gonna go in the draft. They do need another guard because I think Zion is gonna be suspended personally, due to off the court issues if it holds up, and also they need a guard because of DeJounte Murray. So maybe they think Jordan Poole will be a bit more of a playmaker than CJ McCollum will be, because they're planning on drafting maybe a winger or big. Who knows? It depends on what the Pelicans think, and we're gonna find that out tomorrow. Now, the Wizards, this is a really great deal. You get $100 million in cap. Besides Kyrie Irving, you get you have the chance to get maybe a Damian Lillard if he's healthy. You get a shot at Kevin Durant if he does not sign an extension. You have Young available, although I don't see that happening. Luka, I don't think he gets there. You get James Harden, Aiden, Randall. You could go get Jaren Jackson Jr., who could really fit your team really well. There's just a bunch of options and allows them flexibility to have a really big 2026 offseason if they want to bring a star in, if the Wizards continue to grow. And I think this is a really good deal for both teams because the Pelicans get more depth and more people who can play, who can help them avoid injuries and continue to be afloat because their injury luck was like down bad last year, right? Maybe they flip Bay, maybe they flip Poole, who knows? But I think it fits their timeline better. I think they're gonna get a lot more out of Poole and Bay than McCollum and Olynyk combined, and I think that Poole has a chance not only to reestablish his career, but Bay can also reestablish his career as well. Because I'm thinking with this lineup, right? You have Poole, Bay, Jones, Murphy, and Williamson, right? I'm just throwing a small ball lineup out there, right? You can do a lot of things with this lineup now, and ultimately we're going to see how that goes. Now, Washington, again, A+. I don't like giving grades, but I got to give it an A+ just because of how they are able to get some cap space for 2026. That's going to be their time to bring a star, and it's going to be their time. I was just checking my phone to see if there's any new updates. But also, they have the opportunity to get a star maybe extend their young players long term. Um, just an overall really good deal. I know the Koulibaly extension is going to kick in, so and that's probably why they also had to get rid of Jordan Poole. But overall, not a bad deal, and they get an expiring contract to boot, so not too bad. Now, the final trade that we're going to go over in today's video is the Kristaps Porzingis deal. So Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Atlanta Hawks for a second-round pick. The Celtics get a second-round pick, and the Nets receive the 22nd pick from Atlanta. So what does this mean? Now, for the Celtics, it just basically allows them to get under the second apron. They're still over the first apron, but they're under the second apron now, and saved $80 million in tax savings from the Porzingis deal and the Drew Holiday deal. So that's good for them. They weren't going to get much, but they got a good second-round pick, so that's good for them. Excuse me. I don't. Did Jordan Yang had to go to? Hold on. Yang was on. He was in Atlanta. All right. So I just want to make sure. I just want to verify. So in all, let's just talk about this trade for each team. I'm gonna start with the Nets. You get an extra first-round pick. You get drawn into the deal. All you have to give up is a second-round pick. That's a win. That's actually really good. Did it specify which second round pick? No, not that. No, but they get a second. I'm assuming they had to dish out a second round pick, just to get this deal through. And that's honestly, you know what? That's probably a win in my eye. Look, if the only thing you have to get rid of in this deal is a second round pick for another first round pick, that's a win, right? Like, this also signals to me for the Nets that they're going to move up in the draft. I don't know who they're going to move up for. Maybe Ace, maybe Jeremiah up at 5 if they like him. I mean, we don't know. So we're going to see what happens with that, but it just gives them more arsenal to get more picks. And we're going to see a lot of trades on the draft, and I'm assuming the Nets are going to be one of them. And nope, that's more Kyrie shit. Okay, now for the Celtics. Again, we already talked about it. Basically, gets under the second apron. You get somewhat of a good role player in Jordan Niang as second round pick. Not the greatest return in the world, but given the circumstance, it's not that bad. And then the Hawks. You didn't have to give up much for Kristaps, just two big men. I do wonder with this deal, right? Because if I go to the Atlanta Hawks rotation, right, and I look at their rotation. What was it like? So, come on, baby, come on. So, their lineup is Young, Daniels, Ricochet, Johnson, and I'm gonna assume Onyeka Okongwu starts, because of Kristaps' injury issues. We don't know about his injury concerns, which is also the reason why the Celtics didn't get as great of a return as I think they could have. Because we don't know what the hell is happening with Kristaps, and I hope he's recovering and doing very well soon. But I think this is a really good six-man rotation. They don't have a first-round pick, which is unfortunate, or do they? Oh no, they have 13. My apologies. They just used their other first-round pick to move up to get Kristaps. My apologies. I definitely looking at this. I could definitely see them taking a guard. They're definitely gonna probably take a guard in the first round because Kobe Buffkin has not worked out. But if you nail on that pick, you have a really good starting five, and you add a really good player, Kristaps, which we don't know if his health is gonna go as smoothly. You have Karis LeVert, who's a really good role player, and then you're gonna have your eighth guy in whoever the guard they pick at 13. Maybe Walter Clayton Jr. if they want scoring, but we'll see. But overall, I think this is just a really, I would give the Nets an A because they just get a free first round pick. Like, this is an A plus. They get more. They get more ammo to move up in the draft. I'll give the Celtics a C. Not the greatest return, but considering the injury, not the illness Kristaps has, and just how injury prone he is, it's fair. And I'll give the Hawks a B plus for this. They did have to give up a first round pick, but it wasn't as much as it could have been. If not for if Kristaps was healthy and half pick and wasn't dealing with the illness he has, he would be just fine. But this is gonna be interesting to see how he recovers. covers just fine and just goes back to his normal self, A plus. But there's a lot of risk with him, and I think only of one first round pick, I think that's justified. So those are the three things that I not that I've noticed, but I have seen today, and I just combine it all into one video because if I'm gonna be honest, we is there another fucking trade? Yeah, damn, no, let's just wait. But I'm assuming I'm gonna have to make a second video tonight, because something crazy is probably about to happen. My night's not done. It's like 9:30. I gotta watch the New York City Mirror race. Shout out Mamdani. I hope you win. But Mamdani, excuse me. But I just hope that shit goes well, man. I just hope it does. Anyway, I hope we're probably gonna end up seeing this video again. Not this video. I'm probably gonna make another video tonight because shit's about to go haywire, and I'm probably gonna have to make like 10 videos. Yeah, see you either tomorrow or see you later tonight.